Welcome to this explainer. Okay, so how do you take an absolute off-road legend, a machine literally built to conquer dirt, mud, and rocks, and somehow turn it into a hyper-efficient EV, all without losing its rugged soul? Well, that's exactly the paradox we're unpacking today. We're looking at the all-new Jeep Compass, which is just this incredibly fascinating case study in how a brand can preserve its heritage while totally reinventing its underlying tech. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is the structured journey we're taking today. We'll start with how an American icon evolves. Look at the STLA Medium platform revolution. Explore real off-road electric power, see how it stands out from rivals, and finish with the incredible Italian engineering behind the whole shebang.
Section 1. An American icon evolves.
You know, the Compass has been a huge pillar for the brand, captivating over 2.5 million customers worldwide since its debut back in 2006. Which brings us to a really pivotal question. Can a rugged off-roader truly go electric? I mean, when you think of going completely off-grid into the wilderness, electricity isn't exactly the first thing that pops into your head, right? So how do you preserve that mechanical, adventurous soul while completely changing the powertrain? That's the mountain Jeep's engineers had to climb.
And their overarching mission is perfectly summarized here. Fabio Catoni, the head of Jeep brand in enlarged Europe, really hit the nail on the head. He said the new Jeep Compass boldly represents the brand's forward-thinking philosophy, perfect expression of the Jeep ruggedness and performance. So this isn't just about making an eco-friendly car, it's about delivering state-of-the-art solutions while absolutely preserving and even enhancing that core Jeep performance. Moving right along to Section 2, the STLA Medium revolution. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this idea of a native electric architecture. For years, a lot of automakers just kind of retrofitted batteries into existing gas car frames. And honestly, it was always a compromise. But the new Compass is built from the ground up on Stellantis's brand new platform. This means zero structural compromises. The battery isn't just some afterthought. It is perfectly, seamlessly integrated right into the very floor of the vehicle.
And because of this STLA Medium platform, the spatial benefits are just remarkable. Even though the Compass is one of the most compact vehicles on this platform, it's just 4.55 meters long, the smart design unlocks 55 millimeters of extra legroom. The boot capacity jumps up by 45 liters to a massive 550 liters. They even managed to carve out a 34-liter front interior storage compartment. It's like a giant puzzle they solve perfectly, directly improving the daily, practical experience for every passenger inside.
Which brings us to Section 3, real off-road electric power.
And this brilliantly illustrates how Jeep is taking a really smart, multi-energy approach here. They know one size simply doesn't fit all. So you've got the 48-volt e-hybrid giving you 145 horsepower. Then there's the e-hybrid plug-in stepping up to 195 horsepower with all-wheel drive. And finally, the full electric, or BV versions, which range from a 213 horsepower front-wheel drive all the way up to a stunning 375 horsepower all-wheel drive monster. There is literally a perfect powertrain for every single driver out there.
650. Let that sink in. That's the maximum range in kilometers for the battery electric version. 650 kilometers. Thanks to the aerodynamic efficiency, they actually improved the drag coefficient by 10%, and the advanced battery tech, this number completely shatters range anxiety. You can actually go out and explore without constantly sweating over the battery gauge.
But this next number, this is where it gets truly wild. 3,100. That is the massive amount of torque in Newton meters available at the rear wheels for the 375 horsepower all-wheel drive version. Jeep introduced a new dedicated rear electric motor, coupled with a 14-to-1 rear reducer. 3,100 newton-meters of torque means you have an unbelievable amount of twisting force to pull you out of the toughest situations imaginable.
And the off-road specs absolutely back that up. Going green definitely doesn't mean going soft. We're talking 200 millimeters of ground clearance, a water-fording depth of up to 470 millimeters. For the all-wheel drive version, you get a 27-degree approach angle and a 31-degree departure angle. It features the standard select terrain system to manage mud, snow, and sand, and honestly, my favorite stat, it has the ability to climb a 20% slope even if there's absolutely zero traction on the front wheels. It's a true off-roader, through and through.
Let's move to Section 4, standing out from rivals.
Let's see how this builds against the competition, because in a crowded European and Chinese EV market, the visual contrast is pretty stark. So many modern EVs suffer from what you might call anonymous curved lines. They kind of look like jelly beans in a wind tunnel, right? Jeep outright rejects that.
They've retained their iconic 7-slot grille, reimagined with luminous elements, along with those muscular, boxy trapezoidal wheel arches. It has the distinct, unmistakable road presence of a true SUV, not just a lifted sedan.
It's also a total game changer for long-term reliability. Going electric literally eliminates over 80% of wear and tear mechanical parts compared to combustion engines. No clutches, no complex gearboxes, no spark plugs. Regenerative braking means your physical brake pads last infinitely longer. And because it's built on that STLA platform, it benefits from billions of euros in testing across Stellantis' entire lineup. Plus, the battery is guaranteed for 8 years or 160,000 kilometers, which gives you some serious peace of mind.
And finally, Section 5, Italian Engineering and Pride.
Behind all this metal is a deeply human story, pride and local support. It is just incredibly cool to discover that this legendary American icon is meticulously crafted right in the heart of Italy. Manufactured in Melfi, it injects a massive dose of genuine Italian pride into every single vehicle that rolls off the line. You can truly feel the blending of that rugged American spirit with incredibly precise Italian engineering.
So the crucial point is how this local manufacturing actually benefits you, the buyer. The Melfi plant isn't just an assembly line, it's a strategic hub for Stellantis' entire electrification roadmap, recognized for cutting-edge automation. For European buyers, this guarantees widespread local assistance and rapid parts availability. Unlike emerging overseas brands where getting a simple replacement part might leave you waiting for months, the Compass is backed by a massive, localized support network.
Okay, so if you're as excited about this as I am, here's the timeline you need to know. Pre-orders for the first edition opened in May 2025. And by the way, this first edition is totally loaded. We're talking LED matrix headlights, level 2 autonomous driving, up to 20-inch wheels. Deliveries are set to kick off in Europe in the fourth quarter of 2025. Then, in 2026, it makes its grand arrival in the US and the rest of the global markets.
Which leaves us with this final big question. Is the new Jeep Compass the ultimate standard for the electric adventure? I mean, it's got the space. It has that blistering 3,100 Newton meters of torque, the unmistakable design, and the serious Italian craftsmanship to back it all up. It really is a fascinating evolution of an icon. Thank you all so much for tuning in and learning something new with me today on this explainer. I truly appreciate you being here, and I will catch you on the next one.